Which one of these cows wrecked my car? What's the most interesting way to repair an electric pylon? And why is our permaculture project a complete waste of money?
Hello and welcome back to the farm. I've always tried to show the farm off in its best light when we talk about things like permaculture, but I've got a bit of a confession. One of the principles is to obtain a yield. If you're not making food, then you're not really farming. And everything we've done around the outside perimeter, where we've just been planting trees, we're not obtaining a yield. The only area of this land that is producing any food is right in the center here, where the family are producing chilies. But the big secret is that none of this is organic. One of the things we agreed from the start was that they could use this land whilst we weren't sure what we wanted to do with it. And so they just used the methods that they knew, through synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, and it's kind of not the philosophy of what we've been trying to do around the rest of the area. But there's a lot of considerations when you're doing something like this. When people talk about sustainability, it's often about environmental sustainability, and they don't talk about financial sustainability. And I've seen a lot of other people working on good projects that when the money runs out, the project ends. So how sustainable were those things in the first place? Money is definitely a big concern here, and it's key as to whether this place actually becomes successful or not. So today, I'm going to show you a little bit about the unexpected costs of trying to start a farm in Thailand.
This one was pretty annoying. They let the cows through here sometimes so they couldn't eat the grass, and on the way past, one of them took the wing mirror off, and I checked the cost, and to get the proper part with the electronic system cost 3,000 baht, and this car's pretty old already, so I'm not spending 3,000 baht on a mirror. Who was it? Was it you? Or was it you?
There's always a lot of unexpected costs, so I'm just going to go and show you one.
We'll just follow Wilson and Logan. They're going to show us where to go.
Bye. โอ้มันมองดิ มันมองว่าเราจะไปหรือเปล่าเบรกนะโอเค
Was that?
This is the dirt path that leads to the main road. Before we built a proper house, a lightweight cable running across some wooden posts and trees was enough to power the basic farm essentials. But with aircon and modern appliances, we needed a serious upgrade. These cement posts and a much thicker cable ended up costing a significant chunk of our budget, around 50,000 baht in total. The builders didn't realise that this particular post, right next to a rice field, was the most vulnerable. When the heavy rains arrived, the ground got waterlogged and too soft, so when strong winds hit, it fell. I was asked to help push it back up into place while we waited for a truckload of dirt to secure it. Seeing how problems are dealt with in Thailand always surprises me. It was quite an interesting morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just waiting for a truck to arrive with more dirt to fill in the hole. Still doesn't look completely straight to me. Hello. Tatya. Oi, Logan, come here. He's seen another dog up the road. So we've got it up straighter, and it's connected by a rope to a tree. So hopefully no trucks coming anytime soon. We're trying not to decapitate people. That plastic bag is a work of health and safety genius. I've been told to just stand here with a stick. There's a truck coming. It should be fine. Jesus. Alright, I think it's secure enough now that we can probably release the rope to let this truck through. Yes! Perfect. All good. Taking the bike. 400 meters of cable we have running to the house. We're going to cut his feet off.
This time the fix was cheap, just the cost of the dirt, with family and friends doing the heavy lifting. But it's still a reminder of the unexpected costs. Let's head back to the farm and I'll show you a cost where I intentionally overpaid.
Hello. Can you show us the baby turkeys?
Yeah นี่ไงนี่ไงนี่ไงนี่ไงนี่
How old are they?
วันหนึ่งมั้งวันเดียว1 วันนี่ไงมีสีแดงด้วยวันนี้สีแดงตัวแม่มันร้องสิ
Is that the mum?
มี10 ตัวตายไป1 ตัว
Oh, why?
Huh?
Why?
The bigger male try to jumping on her and then hit them.
Oh.
And another one here soon. This is turkey. That is egg. เนี่ยมันเริ่มแตกแล้วเนี่ยดู
Oh, yeah. Can you remember how much we paid for this building?
70,000 มั้ง 70,000 หรือ 90,000 70,000 มั้ง
I think about Jet Moon. What did the neighbours, what did other people think about we spend a lot of money on just a duck house?
ดีเกินไป
Yeah.
เขาบอกว่าทำบ้านได้ก็ใช่ทำบ้านได้ One day if no duck ก็เป็น room
Yeah.
ก็จะปิดให้มันเป็นห้อง2 ห้องโอ้ย
We didn't. But I like it. I know we spent a lot of money on it. I really like it. We didn't need to paint it, but I think it looks good.
Part of the reason we spent more than we should have on this was for security. We'd had dogs attack our birds before, and their persistence is incredible. Originally, this door was a metal grate from top to bottom, but one night the dogs bit through several of the weld joints, nearly getting in. If anyone is thinking of doing something like this, do not underestimate dogs. We upgraded these doors to have solid metal panels, and it gives us peace of mind. But the other reason we spent more, I just wanted it to be beautiful. It's nice to come here every morning, feed the animals, have a coffee and just enjoy the atmosphere. It makes me happy. But the longer I stay here, the more I realise I'm living in a fantasy land. I'm not a farmer, and this is not farming. It's a romanticised version of a farm, unrealistic for most real farmers. For comparison, this other building over here, which I had no part in planning, costs less than half. It might not be as pretty, but it's secure and it has its own rustic charm. It's practical, and that practicality forced me to confront a tough question about my entire approach. The unexpected costs, the constant repairs, they force you to think about what sustainability really means. It's easy to focus on the environment, but what about financial sustainability? Take the chilies. Reading through permaculture books, it's easy for me to say that synthetic fertilisers are a problem. But how did we get here in the first place, and how do we fix it? You can't blame the farmers. Decades ago, the Green Revolution told them that this was the future, and they were pushed to change. And it worked for a while.
Hello.
Enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Strong. Oh, ready go. Farmer go. Farmer go.
Farmer girl.
Farmer go. Say hi. Say hi. Ooh, farmer go. Farmer go.
But now the soil is degrading and fertiliser costs are rising. The problem is, switching back is difficult, expensive and usually quite slow. The farmer's priority is feeding their families this year, not fixing the soil for the next decade. That's when I had to take a look at my approach.
Oh, Wilson, you're not helping.
Don't get me wrong, I love the permaculture principles. Observe and interact, use and value diversity are a beautiful way to think about the world, and they will always be an inspiration for me. But that philosophy is not a business plan, and farming is a business.
มันเผาแล้ว
Go on then, show.
เห็ดเพาะนี่ดูซูมนี่มันเป็นแบบนี้พี่
ยังไงเครป
What? Whoa.
Many classic permaculture designs are difficult to scale up and inefficient to harvest. Can a system that is hard to mechanise and requires so much specialised knowledge truly solve the problems created by industrial farming, especially with 8 billion mouths to feed? I now believe that my initial approach was wrong. I was so focused on the amazing diversity of a permaculture model that I ignored the practical realities. If a local farmer looks at this land and sees only a complex, tangled system with no clear path to profit, then it's of no interest to them.
แซ่บบ่
At best, it's a curiosity, a nice place to hang out, go fishing and relax. At worst, it's a passion project that exists in a completely different financial reality, making it feel disconnected from the daily challenges of a working farm. And I won't be here forever, and I don't have kids. So when future generations inherit this land, will they see a higher value in long-term natural diversity or the current price of timber? For this project to truly last, it needs to be more than just beautiful, it needs to make economic sense.
เบลอธิบายภาษาอังกฤษ
โอ้ no
เขาทำอะไร
ดินใคคิดว่าอะไรอ่ะ ไม่บอก ดิน I don't know ดิน
soil
สเวลเหรอ
อ่าฮะ
ปุ๊สเวลปุ๊สเวลปุ๊แล้วก็ชิลลี่
อ่าฮะ
ชิลลี่เมล็ดภาษาอังกฤษอะไรอ่ะ
seed
ซีดเหรอ
อืม
ซีดซิลลี่จริง
จริงจริงอ๋อโอเค how long you need to wait
7 day
7 day
ย่า
อ่าฮะ
ต้นกล้า
ต้น
เป็
ก
น
ล้า
ชิลลี่ออกมานิดนึงอันนี้ต้นบิดอ่ะ
อ่าฮะ
เป็นเบบีอ่ะป๊อปปี้อ่ะ
yeah oh thank you
So, my goal has changed. It's not just about building an isolated paradise. What if we could prove that a better method isn't just better for the land, but also more profitable? The family here already has the team, the infrastructure, and the crop knowledge. The missing piece is a low-risk, scalable, organic model.
ทำอะไรครับ
As I've briefly mentioned in other videos, I'm currently taking the Soil Food Web course by Dr. Elaine Ingham, one of the world's leading soil biologists. The first step of their method is creating biologically active compost.
Do I need to be adding moisture? I'm going to open my hand up and you see how it's holding together.
And to do that at scale, we've had to bring in some bigger toys. I've teamed up with Kek and Rung from Suwannathabua Farm State in Ubon Ratchathani. They're already farming organically, chilies included. The plan is to work together using the soil food web method and these new machines to perfect our composting process at his farm first. We'll test, measure and hopefully prove its success, building a real plan with real costs and timescales. Only then, with a proven concept, can we bring it back here and work with the local farmers to find a path where environmental sustainability can also improve their livelihood. So that's the new goal. It's complicated and there's no guarantees, but it's also fun and something positive to aim for. I think it's worth a shot. So if you want to follow our journey, please subscribe. Hopefully soon we can get this beast up and running. My brand new wood chipper. I think I'm going to call it the Branch Manager. Thanks for watching. See you next time.